Hi everybody, welcome to Focus Outdoors. We're glad you're with us. This week, we're off to South Dakota to hunt pheasants with Dennis Foster of Dakota Pheasant Guides. Dennis has access to lots of acres to hunt around the Aberdeen area. All wild birds. We expect a great hunt. Stay with us. Focus Outdoors will be right back.
Midwest Gun Dog Kennels is your full-time gun dog training facility. For over 30 years, we've customized our training to fit each individual gun dog. We know it takes a well-trained gun dog to handle wild birds to make every hunting trip a dream trip. Let Midwest Gun Dog Kennels put excitement back into your hunt of a lifetime. Midwest Gun Dog Kennels, where experience equals excellence.
Dakota Pheasant Guide offers the best wild pheasant hunts from the Glacial Lakes area of South Dakota west to the Missouri River. Packages available include everything from self-guided to fully guided hunts. Book your bird hunting adventure now. Fishermen, iTime Promotions is your ticket to an enjoyable and successful day on the water. Call Dennis Foster for your outdoor adventure of a lifetime. It was November, and Tom Porker was in South Dakota. Renowned for its pheasant hunting, South Dakota is an outdoorsman's dream. To say he was excited is an understatement. As he went out the door of the beautiful farmhouse, it was obviously he was not alone in anticipating the excitement of a great pheasant hunt. Folks were scurrying around, getting gear ready, dogs aired, etc. Joe Peterson of Peterson Probst Marketing Group was busy loading Honda ATVs onto trailers to transport us to the hunting fields. Joe works with Honda periodically, helping them with their marketing. The ATVs will be used to transport people around the fields we will be hunting. This will help us use our time more efficiently and effectively. More time hunting means more fun. Dennis Foster of Dakota Pheasant Guides is the host for this hunt. Dennis knows the ins and outs of a good hunt. He insists on using quality equipment. That is why he chooses Honda ATVs for his guide service. Not only does he use them for his hunting operation, but also in his ice fishing expeditions. When Dennis finds equipment that meets his criteria, he sticks with it. No time for breakdowns during a busy hunting or fishing season.
I did. I tried him before I got here.
Nellie! Come here, girl. Come on. Come here, Nellie. Come here. Nellie.
We're in South Dakota, hunting the wild, wily ringneck pheasant. And I'm with Jeff Hansen, landowner here in South Dakota. Jeff, I really appreciate you letting us come down here and hunt on your property. That means the world to me. I don't get to do much pheasant hunt out in the wild. You're a full-time farmer, right, Jeff?
Yep.
And you help Dennis Foster a little bit, allowing people to come onto your property and do some hunting.
Yep.
How long have you worked with Dennis on this project?
Well, we've been working on that a few years, and I've known Dennis forever, and just a good friend of mine, and do a lot of fishing together, of course, too.
Okay.
And he's just a good friend, and yeah, we get together and shoot some birds. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Are you, as a full-time farmer and rancher, when you leave these corners and this cover, what does that mean for you to see how the birds and the deer and the wildlife take to those areas that you're sacrificing from your income to allow this to happen?
Well, I just really enjoy wildlife, and it's something that, it's nice to leave a little bit, we take enough from the land that we can give a little back and have some good bird hunting.
That's awesome. Jeff Hansen, South Dakota. Again, thank you, Jeff. Means the world that you allow us to be here.
Part of the fun hunting South Dakota is that it's a group affair. lots of people, lots of dogs, and the dogs were flushing birds by the dozens. Every walk was very exciting. It was a walk and block extravaganza. What was nice at the end of every field is that Dennis had Hondas waiting for the hunters to take them to their next field.
I'm with Dennis Foster. Dennis, we just got done hunting one of your properties down here in South Dakota. Unbelievable. All wild birds?
100%.
That's great. That is absolutely great. You don't, folks, when you come to a lot of these lodges, a lot of these outfitting services, and they're telling you they're shooting 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 birds a year, no matter what they say, they're replenishing those birds with pen-raised birds. You cannot sustain that population, can you, Dennis?
You're exactly right, and what most lodges are limited to is a smaller amount of acres. What I've done is I've established relationships with literally a couple dozen large landowners. So I have over 50,000 acres on tap just this season. So we can rotate amongst properties. So we're constantly hunting wild birds, and they're non-pressured birds. We rest a piece a minimum of a week, preferably 2 weeks before we ever touch a piece. Some years we have properties that don't even get touched.
Lodging. You have the property. I just saw that you had the birds. Tell folks how you set up the lodging, and tell them how you set up a lot of your packages for these folks.
What I've got is I've got 3 different lodging options. This season we're going to expand that to 5, possibly 6 for next season. With that, I also have a large geographical area. Right now we're in the Redfield area. We have a large amount of property here. We have lodging in the Redfield area. Also in the Millette area, which is my hometown, we have lodging there. That consists of a very nice farmhouse. We have a couple man cave type options as well. And in addition to that, we've also got 20,000 acres plus of ground in the Roscoe area, which is 40 miles west of Aberdeen. And I largely use that for self-guided hunters. Because there's a lot of these fellas that have good dogs of their own. They know how to hunt. They don't need me there to hold their hand. So basically what we do is we show them several pieces of property, enough for them to hunt during their stay, make some suggestions on how they should hunt the properties, give them a map for reference. They check back every evening, let us know how they did. You know, if we can offer any more help to them, we certainly can. Rotate them on some different type of properties.
For you folks at home, Dennis has a variety of packages to fit your needs and your wants. And I can guarantee you, he'll come through for you. South Dakota doesn't have the amount of birds that it has had in the past, but Dennis's unpressured grounds just probably allowed me to have one of the greatest hunts I've ever had in my life. Dennis, tell folks how they can reach you.
They can go to dakotapheasantguide.com is the best place to reach me. Phone numbers, all the contact information is there. Cell numbers there. You're welcome to call that. I've got it with me at most times, and I'm always happy to talk on it.
Dennis has led all over South Dakota to hunt pheasants. It's a very unique experience to hunt unpressured pheasants in so many different kinds of habitat. One day you can be on the flatlands hunting grass and cornfields. The next day you're in bluff country hunting tree lines, brush, and rolling hills. This trip was in the month of November, when a lot of other areas the birds are already overpressured, which makes them jumpy and difficult to hunt. Dakota Pheasant Guides has a lot of land, so birds are not overly pressured. Tom noticed that we had a lot of very good dog work. The pointing breeds seem to have many solid points on both hens and roosters. The flushing breeds are putting up birds well within gun range, some so close as to make a person jump with excitement. Pondering everything Tom saw on this great hunting trip with Dennis, he feels this would be a great opportunity to get a young dog onto wild birds. You could pick the proper cover for your dog's skill level. He feels like there's nothing like wild birds to make a great gun dog. Remember, South Dakota has a ton of birds, even in down years.
Amazing how they'll hold.
Midwest Gun Dog Kennels is your full-time gun dog training facility. For over 30 years, we have customized our training to fit each individual gun dog. We know it takes a well-trained gun dog to handle wild birds. Make every hunting trip a dream trip. Let Midwest Gun Dog Kennels put excitement back into your hunt of a lifetime. Midwest Gun Dog Kennels, where experience equals excellence.
Make your next day on the water even better with Airwave Pedestal. The only air suspension system that can be custom adjusted to the weight of the rider. No unreliable springs, no oil-filled shocks to leak. Our patented design utilizes a two-stage suspension system to smooth out the roughest ride, while limiting travel to an industry-leading 2 inches. This boating season, enjoy your time on the water to the fullest. Find out how at airwavepedestal.com.
Dakota Pheasant Guide offers the best wild pheasant hunts from the Glacial Lakes area of South Dakota west to the Missouri River. Packages available include everything from self-guided to fully guided hunts. Book your bird hunting adventure now. Fishermen, iTime Promotions is your ticket to an enjoyable and successful day on the water. Call Dennis Foster for your outdoor adventure of a lifetime.
Facility. For over 30 years, we've customized our training to fit each individual gun dog. Midwest Gun Dog Kennels, where experience equals excellence.
Folks, we're on day 2 of a great South Dakota pheasant hunt. As you can tell, the weather's changed and also the area's changed. We're hunting a lot of trees, a lot of low brush. Tell us what we're doing today, Dennis, would you please?
Well, basically what we did is we were south of Aberdeen yesterday hunting. Due to the amount of ground that I have, we're actually 40 miles west of Aberdeen today.
Okay.
A little rougher country out here, a little more rolling, more cattle
right
than there is the intensive farming, so there's more cover options. As you can see, we're in some heavy weeds here and some young trees.
Right.
They've also had a lot of high water issues out here lately.
I saw that. That was very surprising because where we were yesterday was bone dry.
Right.
And when we started to come west here, the water increased per mile, it seemed like.
Right, and we're in a pothole region. It has to evaporate to get out. The next piece we're going to move to is actually a piece that hasn't seen a tractor in 4 years.
Wow.
And
wow.
we're gonna try to get in there with ATVs
okay.
and access that, so there should be some decent birds in there.
Okay, great. Now, we worked this shelter belt, and those birds, is it because of the weather? They were loaded up in there.
Right.
What was the deal today? Because there had to be 300-400 birds come out of there.
Basically, they're wild birds, and they're smarter than we are most times. I think everybody that's here are all experienced hunters. We're in agreement. The wind was blowing that direction. That's where we figured we needed blockers and flankers, and I'll be darned if they didn't go the opposite.
Yeah, that's hunting.
Exactly.
That's hunting, yep.
Exactly.
And what I was surprised of is it's fairly open in that the actual mature trees. Those birds just booked right through there, didn't they? And they knew where to go in a heck of a hurry.
Exactly. They found a lane and they got out on us.
They got out on us. Yep. Lesson, folks, best laid plans, don't stick to them. And this is day 2.
I lined up?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah, don't turn it. Come on straight. Woo, you went off the edge.
A little bit. I do a lot of goose hunting.
Okay.
Alan. He ducks when I'm around.
He looks scared.
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, he looks scared.
This is for posterity.
Okay.
My name's Joe Peterson. We're out here in South Dakota. I represent American Honda here. Brought a couple of ATVs with us to help out in the hunt.
And they have been wonderful to work with, haven't they, Joe? It's amazing how far they've come.
Yep.
When did Honda bring that first one into the United States?
American Honda made their first four-wheeler or ATV in 1984. And as a matter of fact, just this last summer, their 2 millionth ATV engine came off the plant in South Carolina.
That's amazing. These Hondas have helped us in every step for transporting people around the grounds, to pulling the trailer, to getting through mud holes, to water holes. Joe, tell folks how that might fit into the whole routine of the hunt. Tell them what you've used them for this hunt and helping us out with this.
Yeah, for the outdoorsman, for the hunter, the ATV is very handy. We've used it just with this hunt, hauling the trailer, loading the trailer up with hunters and with dogs, moving our blockers around, moving the party around, getting them lined up. So for the pheasant hunt, great utility. You know, deer hunters, they know the utility of the ATV for pulling out a deer, whatever it might be.
That's right.
A lot of utility in these ATV products.
Joe, as you're hauling us around, we went into a spot yesterday that the first thing, there was water everywhere, there was ducks, there was geese. Can you imagine having an ATV like we used to get back in there and get... Tell people how you think that would work.
Yeah, for the waterfowler, the ATV plays a lot of roles. You know, we used it yesterday. We had a road that was flooded. We had to get across the road. We hooked up the Honda Big Red, which is their side-by-side.
Yes.
Hooked up the trailer, went right across that road, right through the water, got to the side of the field that we needed to get to get after the birds.
Just think, you waterfowlers at home. You could have hauled a blind in there very easily with that Big Red. You could haul your buddy's dogs, their gear, the dog blinds, the decoys. The amount of things you could do with that machine was endless yesterday. If you were a duck hunter, and as pheasant hunters, we couldn't have worked this out without it. Now, Honda doesn't come on in their advertising as a big splashy company.
Right, that's right.
What is their role in the way they like to approach their machinery?
At Honda, there's a saying that we use. It's called DQR, and that stands for dependability, quality, and reliability. And we see it in their ATVs and their side-by-sides. You see it in their motorcycles, their lawnmowers, everything. Their automobiles, for that matter. DQR is what it's all about. And as the sportsman, it's very important because we all know how hard we work. We know how much time we invest and how much money we spend in our lifestyle.
That's right.
And you can't afford to not have things work.
Right.
So, for instance, the Honda ATV is a shaft drive system.
I think that's huge.
A lot of the other makers have a belt drive.
Right.
And with that shaft drive, it's a direct linkage, which means you're not losing any power coming off of an angle link.
Right.
So that allows you to have, you might not need as big a machine because you're not losing any of that power. You got the shaft, you don't have to worry about breaking down in the field.
There you go. You folks at home, if you're working on your machine a lot, you're hunting very little, give Honda a look. DQR is what they're all about. And if you have any questions, Joe, where could they reach you?
They can reach us. We're in the Minneapolis office. Number there is 612-767-3939.
All right. Give Joe a call if you have any questions. Otherwise, stay tuned for more Focus Outdoors.
High Point Pet Foods presents Country Creations Dog Foods, offering quality nutrition for the life of your canine companion. To fuel the fire of puppyhood into keeping the energy level high of an active young dog, optimizing the performance of the hard-charging adult, or having a quality diet for your senior canine companion. Country Creations has you covered with their quality formulas. Get in touch with High Point Pet Foods today. Midwest Gun Dog Kennels is your full-time gun dog training facility. For over 30 years, we have customized our training to fit each individual gun dog. We know it takes a well-trained gun dog to handle wild birds. Make every hunting trip a dream trip. Let Midwest Gun Dog Kennels put excitement back into your hunt of a lifetime. Midwest Gun Dog Kennels, where experience equals excellence.
Well, as you might be able to tell, I spend a lot of time behind a shotgun. Whether it's at the clay target fields, sporting clays fields, doing exhibitions, or bird hunting, I always trust my shooting skills to the Rio elites. Not only for the lighter recoil, but as you can tell, the harder hitting, consistent patterns. These clay targets don't stand a chance when you shoot Rio elites.
Dakota Pheasant Guide offers the best wild pheasant hunts from the Glacial Lakes area of South Dakota west to the Missouri River. Packages available include everything from self-guided to fully guided hunts. Book your bird hunting adventure now. Fishermen, iTime Promotions is your ticket to an enjoyable and successful day on the water. Call Dennis Foster for your outdoor adventure of a lifetime.
Hey, there. Roger. Watch you up a little further, I guess. Up there 50, 60 yards. Here. Yeah, lift him up.
Okay. Hey. Good boy.
Okay, let him up. Okay, let's go. Dennis, are these birds armor plated in South Dakota or what?
They're definitely wild. These are the real deal. They're tough birds, gamey as can be.
Yeah.
You're seeing that with what it's taken to knock them down.
Well, folks, there's been numerous times where we've had to triple, if not quadruple, shoot these birds. And these dogs have been working fantastic. I'm going to tell you what, there's nothing like a true wild bird dog. They know how to stay in gun range. These shots are not 50-yarders. These are 10, 15-yard shots max, and these dogs are doing exceptional pinning them birds into the guns, aren't they, Dennis?
You bet, you bet. This is, it's just a dream for the true upland bird.
It really is.
It is. You know, this is no pen raise type stuff
No.
that flutters up and falls down.
Yep.
You know, we're working, obviously. The humans are working, the dogs are working hard, and, we're needing to make good, solid shots on these birds.
Yep.
And,
I'm going to tell you what, folks, if you want a true outdoor adventure, and I mean something real, that you have to, like our boys here in the background, are still hunting while Dennis and I are trying to do this for you folks at home. But we thought it's very important to stress that these are wild birds, and they are tough to bring down, and you need exceptional dogs, exceptional guns, and let's talk chokes. We've had to tighten these chokes up quite a bit.
Tightened up yesterday.
There it is. There he is.
This trip with Dakota Pheasant Guides was one for the books. Tom has trained gun dogs for over 30 years, so when he can watch dogs chase wild birds, it's exciting. They had many different types of dogs hunting with them. All of the dogs loved all the bird contact they had. People love their dogs, and it is fun to watch them interact with their canine partners.
Hand, good job. Good job. All him. It's all him.
The pointing breeds we had started with were Brittany's of the field trial variety.
Rooster!
They ran big and pointed hard with style. Tom had fun watching them dissect the field. They also had German Shorthairs that had been hunting wild pheasants for years. These Shorthairs had a knack of tracking pheasants, then pinning them down for their human hunting partners without blowing the pheasants out. Dogs learn this through wild bird contact. The Shorthairs also loved to retrieve. They worked hard to find cripples, and they did not lose a bird on this trip. And of course, what would a trip to pheasant country be without our lovable Labrador retrievers? The labs on this trip did a great job. They worked close to the guns, which is important when birds are bunched up in sloughs. They marked down birds even in the thickest cover, like only labs can do. When you have a large group of people, it can get very confusing for the dogs with all of the shooting and multiple birds down. These labs kept their wits about them and did a great job. Last but not least, the marvelous mongrels. We had a few mixed breed dogs with a boatload of talent. They hunted hard, listened well, had good noses, and enjoyed retrieving. These mixed breeds did an awesome job.
Rooster!
Let these chains of life unwind till I get loose. Wanna roll down a window and reach out and touch the reeds. Let that crazy world out there go on without me. It's like that river on the nose.
If you want an ultimate trip for you and your dog, contact Dennis Foster at Dakota Pheasant Guide. That's our show for this week, hunting wild pheasants in South Dakota. Our thanks to Dennis Foster, who put us on the birds. Remember, do these 3 things for me. 1, take a child with you on your next hunting or fishing trip. 2, generously support your favorite conservation organization. And 3, spend some time in the next week where you focus on the outdoors. For our staff, I'm Steve Hammer. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time when we continue the journey, making more memories.
Go find me a dirt road and get right in the groove. And let these chains of life unwind till I get loose. I wanna roll down a window and reach out and touch the reeds. And let that crazy world out there go on without me. It's like that river only knows one way to flow. You're never gonna change me. I've got a dirt road soul.